What is up, my friends and family? Welcome back to another video of Tron's Archive. Oh, what a week. Apologies for missing the post on Sunday, but I will explain why. And honestly, I don't really have a format for this video. It's going to be a short one. It's been a good week. It's been busy in a good way, but I'm extremely tired, and this isn't a sustainable lifestyle that I'm living at the moment, and I'm understanding that if I continue living the way I am at the moment, burnout is inevitable. And that's the hard truth of living a lifestyle that challenges you. So I'm going to talk about the difficult parts of this lifestyle that I try to promote, because I think that that's just as important. I'm going to put on a cap because my hair is dusted. But this is going to be honest, short, and not super structured, so forgive me if I trail. I've been part of an opening team of a restaurant that I've literally just clocked off work from. And we opened 6 days ago, and this week has been a lot. It's been north of 10-hour shifts every single day. And Sunday I got the day off, and I had to go to church, and I just had to stay away from any sort of media, and I had to spend some time on my ones, spend some time by myself, because life is truly giving at the moment. And when I say that, I say it with utmost gratitude. This lifestyle is something that I've prayed for a long time. I mean, who am I to say, I'm living a lifestyle that drains me and stuff, when it doesn't actually drain me? It's just a lot of work, and it's just a busy lifestyle. And at the end of the day, this is stuff that I get paid for. So having a job that has consumed me this week has shown me that, maybe I wasn't so stable in my systems as I thought I was, because I thought, the 4 a.m. wake-ups would still happen, and the structured journaling would still happen, and the structured posting would still happen, but that kind of stuff kind of slipped. And not entirely. I mean, I still posted daily. I still journaled daily. I didn't really wake up at 4 a.m. I've pushed it back to 5 just so that I can get some more rest, because we close a little bit later now, so I don't get to sleep by 9. I get to sleep by like 10ish. But yeah, this is the hard truth about living a lifestyle that most of us want, that most of us are striving for, where we're just busy and we're making money and we're working and we're studying and we're firing on all cylinders. I mean, it looks super cool from the outside, having a day job, pushing out content, building a brand, being busy and looking busy. It looks super cool from the outside, and I won't lie, I enjoyed the little kick I get from posting and from people messaging saying, yo bro, your stuff is so inspiring, please keep on posting, or please help me with this, or how do you wake up at 5 a.m. consistently, or how do you, whatever it is, how do you do this consistently? And that's a beautiful position that I've sort of put myself in. But what people don't see is the moments where I question everything. I question it all. Is this really what's meant for me? Is this really the lifestyle I'm willing to lead? Is this really what burns me? These questions run through my head constantly, and that's something that I don't share enough, I think, because I'm the reason I've created, the way I'm trying to brand myself is I'm trying to, push this intentional habits, intentional lifestyle, live a life that's worth living, right? And while I fully stand by that 100%, that's not how my life looks constantly. There are times when I'm glued to my phone and I'm stuck scrolling, And there are times when I don't do any of the stuff that I preach about, you know. There are times when I do, but there's also times that I don't. And there's times where I can't be asked to do anything. And there's times where I, don't make my bed when I preach so hard, make your bed, make your bed. If you guys don't follow the Instagram, that's where I kind of push out my daily content as opposed to this weekly. So if you want to follow it, it's Trans Archive on Instagram. But, up until, this week has just proven to me how hectic of a lifestyle I've chosen to live. And it doesn't mean that I'm stopping. It doesn't mean that I'm, stepping back from it or whatever. But I just have to kind of reanalyze that this is really what's headed in front of me. And what's nice is, I guess the main point that I'm coming to is this is something that I'm willing to do. This is an option that I've looked at and I've reflected, and I'm willing to push it. And this is what I burn for. I burn for speaking to you guys and sharing you insights on why my life looks the way it does and is the way it is, and how yours could be, how you can continue to grow. In my head it's constant growth, and that drains me sometimes, but at the same time it feeds my soul knowing that I'm doing what I'm doing because other people are inspired by it. It's just a reminder that I have to give myself that if I lead a certain lifestyle, I can change someone's life just through taking care of my own, But what this week has shown me is that I cannot push myself past my boundaries. Then I've found my boundaries a while ago because I used to be a people pleaser. I used to say yes to everything, and I used to be a pushover, and I used to just let people run all over me. But I that's not me anymore. And instead of letting people run over me, I let myself run over me. Tron, you're supposed to do this. You've promised yourself this. Do you know how difficult it was not to film on Sunday? That's the thing. I've worked an insane amount this week, and yet on Sunday I felt convicted to do something, to be productive, and that's how my brain has been programmed. And so while I push out all of this inspiring content, it's important to remember that this is not how I live every single day of my life. And I have to force myself to bring myself back down to a level of rest and recovering. Rest is not a hindrance to progress. It actually pushes progress. Rest is a part of progress. I hope I'm not muffling up the audio here. But rest is, if you think of it as a slingshot, rest is pulling yourself back to shoot yourself forward. Do you know what I mean? Or like a bow and arrow. I like that concept because it's true. And I can't find that rest in myself at the moment. And that's the tough part of creating and growing and living a lifestyle that I actually want to lead somewhere. There's been lots of blessings in my life at the moment, and there's a lot of stuff happening underground and undercover that I'm not really ready to share yet because I'm not 100% sure on it. But my life, in a year's time, I can promise you my life is going to be so different. My life is going to exponentially different, and I'm happy I'm documenting this. I sometimes tend to forget that this is an archive. This is a documentary basis. Like I said a couple of videos ago, this concept of an archive is not to post out polished work. While I love doing polished work and while I love filming cinematic content, the purpose of this is for me to show you that life is difficult. And living a life that is supposed to take me somewhere kind of hurts me sometimes. It really digs at me. It brings out the worst in me sometimes. And it sometimes brings out self-loathing. And it sometimes brings out negative self-talk. Where you should be doing this. You should be doing this. Practice what you preach. Reap what you sow. When sometimes all I need is rest. And so for anyone out there who feels like I can't live this lifestyle that he's living or the way that he's portraying himself, like I wish I could be like that. You are me. We are human. We are the same. We were born in the exact same way. Okay, maybe not in the exact same way, but we were born in the same shape. And our lives will end in the same way. We end wherever you believe we end. But we've got the exact same 24 hours, and we've got the exact same, you know, amount of time to spend. I don't even know where I'm going with this. In essence, I mean, I'm just saying that I portray myself as sometimes a little bit too harshly, as I'm a disciplined character who wakes up at 4 a.m. and gets his days won, and I win every single day, and I journal and I read and I Bible study and this and that and this and I work, whatever it is, you know. But I feel like I have to be as honest as possible here, where sure, I do that, but I'm human, you know? I'm human, and I forget that myself. I feel like I can't be 100% honest in that sense, because I want to uphold a certain image or a certain character, but that doesn't need to happen. You know, I don't have to plan my YouTube videos. I don't have to plan a lot of my content. I'm just trying to be real. I'm trying to be who I actually am, and I need to do that more, because yeah, I don't want to sell a false image of my lifestyle. So that's me. That's a little rant. That's a little rant, I guess, where I'm just expelling whatever's on my head at the moment. But remember to rest is the main part I'm trying to say. Give yourself a break. You're doing incredible. You're doing incredible. And give yourself a break and eat a chocolate or eat a sweet or go out and enjoy a night out, whatever it is, you know. Don't be too hard on yourself. Do something that's good for yourself. Feed your soul. You know, help yourself. You know, don't be difficult. You know, the mind is so incredibly powerful, in the sense that whatever you tell yourself is true. Whatever you deem is true is true. So if you keep on telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, you're going to believe it eventually, and that's just going to be you, you know, and it all starts here. It all starts here. So remember to be kind to yourself and give yourself rest. And honestly, I'm looking directly at myself when I'm saying this, because I need to tell myself this. Self-talk is so important, and I don't do it enough. I love myself, I really do. And I believe that I'm going to be a wonderful person, and I believe that I'm going to do great and wonderful things. And I believe that you will too. I mean, if you're sat here watching this every week, you want to be somewhere, you know, you're following something powerful, and I think you're powerful yourself, you know, real recognize real. It's that simple. So I'm going to call it here, because my schedule doesn't allow me to talk for 20 minutes today. But I feel like this was probably my most honest video, where I haven't planned anything and I just sat down and turned on the camera. So thank you for watching. I love all of you with real deep love and appreciation. Thank you. Follow the Instagram. Please show some support, because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. It's reassurance that I'm doing the right thing. So thank you for those who have shown support. Thank you for those who show up every week and just, you know, show love, because it's important. It's important, and I try to do it as much as I can for others. But sometimes I get stuck in my own head. Anyways, thank you for watching. This has been a very honest reflection. And I hope next week is a little bit more relaxed and more philosophical. But for this week, I just had to get stuff off my chest. So I hope you guys don't mind. Kisses.